how are you listening to this music right now?
Now tell me, how did you listen to the music? हम लोग कोई भी इंस्ट्रूमेंट लगाते हैं, चाहे वो लैपटॉप हो, चाहे मोबाइल हो. हाउ आर वी कलेक्टिंग द मैसेज इन द फॉर्म ऑफ म्यूजिक? बेसिकली होता क्या है? लेट्स सी. What do the speakers do? They will vibrate. When they are vibrating, sound is sent out, they'll vibrate. The air particles near the speaker will vibrate, जिसके वजह से उसके आगे वाला एयर पार्टिकल वाइब्रेट होता है. दैट कीप्स ऑन शिफ्टिंग फ्रॉम वन बंच टू द नेक्स्ट बंच एंड इट गोज रीचेज द ईयर. So when it reaches the ear, it travels down in the ear track, or you can simply say from the ear to the brain. So basically, it's nothing but movement of air. Okay? The sound is nothing but movement of air with a specific pattern that enters our ear, reaches the brain, and brain actually does the work. So basically, to understand how we are able to hear, we have to first understand the structure of our, we can say receptor responsible for hearing. Okay? So you have to understand our ears. And when you talk about ears, ear is actually divided into three main sections: external, middle, inner, internal. External के अंदर three parts है. First is the pinna. Okay? Pinna, what is pinna doing? It is collecting. It's an immovable part. It's made up of cartilaginous structure and it's connected to the auditory canal. It's collecting the sound and passing to the second part, that's called auditory canal. And the third part, that's the tympanic membrane, which is basically the delicate membranous structure which transmit the sound waves to the middle ear. Right, you should know in this auditory canal, what do they have? They have hair as well as wax to protect your ears from any harmful substance. Okay, so this was only your external ear, formed of air pinna, auditory canal, and tympanic membrane. Next is the middle ear. It's made up of ear ossicle or small three bones, we can say, with one of the smallest of all. You should remember malleus, incus, and stapes. Malleus matlab hammer. Okay, incus means anvil. So you can see the diagram, they've shown you. Out of these three bones, if you just see, ये सबसे छोटा वाला है. Okay, stirrup जिसे बोलते हैं. So you have three: malleus, incus, and stapes. Incus is this hammer. And remember, for a moment, let's break. When you talk about horse riding, आप लोगों ने ध्यान दिया होगा जब आप horse riding के लिए बैठते हैं तो आपका पैर जहाँ पे आप अटकाते हो, that is the third. That's how the third bone, the formation, stirrup जिसे बोलते हैं, वो सबसे छोटा bone है हमारे ईयर के अंदर और पूरी बॉडी में. सबसे छोटा बोन कौन सा है? स्टेपिस. इट इज स्टीयरअप, स्मॉलेस्ट बोन. ओके, नाउ व्हाट हैपेंस? पहला एक्सटर्नल ईयर से मैसेज पास हुआ. द थ्री पार्ट्स, दैट इज अ मिडल ईयर. मिडल ईयर इज मेड अप ऑफ malleus, incus, and stapes. Now stapes is basically converting the message from the eardrum to the internal ear. Okay, so if you see the structure, ईयरड्रम और स्टेपिस के बीच का अगर स्ट्रक्चर देखेंगे, यू विल अंडरस्टैंड दिस इज द इंटरनल ईयर. हम अभी पढ़ेंगे इंटरनल ईयर के अंदर इट्स अ कॉइल्ड स्ट्रक्चर, स्नेल लाइक कॉइल्ड स्ट्रक्चर. यू कॉल इट कॉक्लिया. टुडे आई टॉट यू, probably I would say when you're hearing this video, you will be saying yesterday I taught you about the statoreceptor. हम लोगों ने रिसेप्टर किया था, उसके अंदर था statoreceptor. श्रेया was asking also statoreceptor क्या है. So we are talking about the semicircular canal that I'm going to tell you, that's attached to the cochlea. Now what exactly, see the difference here. Let's pause for a moment. यहाँ पे जो eardrum है, green color का जो structure है, that, and when you see the structure of stirrup, मतलब इसका साइज और इसके साइज में कितना फ़र्क है? इट इज़ 20 times एम्पलीफाइड. जो साउंड यहाँ से आ रहा है यहाँ पे उतना शार्प हो जाता है बिकॉज इसका साइज छोटा है. सो मोर स्मॉलर इट इज़, द प्रेशर इज मोर. आर यू गेटिंग दैट? सो just a moment, let's continue. Now it's talking about the size, and that increases the intensity by which the sound is being transferred. Okay. So now, where is the sound being transferred? From middle ear to the internal ear. Now, what is this internal ear made up of? It is made up of the cochlea, the coiled portion of the labyrinth जिसे बोलते हैं, and then you have fluid filled structure, or we can say the semicircular canal, that's anterior, posterior and lateral, that you can see in figure 9.22. Okay. Now basically if you are saying internal ear के cochlea में होता क्या है? ये जो internal ear है इसका cochlea अगर आप open up करेंगे, you have a very important structure. You have liquid in it. Okay, that liquid is called as endolymph. अब ज़्यादा detail में करने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. जैसे ही sound wave आता है, see when there is a sound wave, stirrup hit करता है cochlea को, उसके hitting के वजह से जो इसके अंदर का जो fluid है, तो obviously you try to do that. What will happen to the fluid? It will start creating ripples. Okay, what it will do? It will start creating ripples. When you're sitting by the river bank, आप पत्थर डालते हो, तो पत्थर के डालते ही क्या होता है? पानी ripples बनाते हैं, right? They start making waves. So same thing is happening over here. They will start making waves inside this cochlear region, where inside this cochlear region the waves will be formed. Because of this wave, what will happen? I'll just pause. Now, because of this wave that has been produced, that will make this, just show you the structure for a moment. This layer is the basal layer, right? So when there is a movement here, when there is a wave here, what will happen? This region will start moving, and because of the movement there's hair-like structure. You can see microvilli like structure present over there, and these hair-like structure, here you can see hair cells that will press against the upper layer. उसके ऊपर का layer को हम बोलते हैं tectoral membrane. जैसे ही hair press होता है tectoral membrane का, it will create nerve impulse, and this impulse is sent to the brain, which will convert into sound by the brain. So that's how the ear works. So we have understood the mechanism of hearing and the structure of ear.